Welcome to Savage Tales, Animal Encounters. Are you captivated by the mysteries of the deep? It calls to us with an alluring silence, a siren's song of beauty and peace. Beneath the surface, a world of wonder awaits. Coral reefs teem with life, sunlight dances on the scales of silverfish, and the gentle sway of kelp forests creates an underwater ballet of mesmerizing tranquility. But this serene facade hides a primal truth. The ocean is a wilderness, raw and untamed. It is a place of breathtaking beauty and heart-stopping danger. And sometimes the line between the two is as thin as the surface tension holding a raindrop. For centuries, humans have ventured into this watery realm, drawn by its bounty and its allure. We swim, we surf, we dive, seeking solace and adventure in equal measure. Yet we must never forget that we are visitors in this world, guests in a kingdom ruled by creatures far older than ourselves. Creatures of immense power, grace, and sometimes terrifying ferocity. This is the story of one such encounter, a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of the wild and the raw power of survival instincts that lie dormant within us all. Join us as we explore the harrowing tale of spearfisher Phillip Brown and his near-death experience with a bull shark who gripped onto his leg so hard it dislocated his kneecap. If you enjoy our content, please like, subscribe, comment, and ring the notifications bell to stay updated with our latest stories. Welcome to Savage Tales, Animal Encounters. The sun beat down on the tranquil waters near a rocky islet about 300 meters off the beach at Yaraba, the air thick with the salty tang of the ocean. It was a perfect day for spearfishing. Phillip Brown, a seasoned diver, slid effortlessly into the warm water, accompanied by his friend and nephew, his spear gun a familiar extension of his own being. He loved the feeling of weightlessness, the silence of the underwater world broken only by the sound of his own breathing. Today, he was exploring a new section of the reef, eager to test his skills and bring home dinner. The reef was a kaleidoscope of colour and life. Schools of vibrant fish flitted in and out of the coral, their scales catching the sunlight like scattered jewels. A giant grouper, its lips curled in a perpetual frown, eyed him with wary curiosity from its hiding place beneath a coral ledge. Phillip moved slowly, his eyes scanning the reef, his heart thrumming with a familiar mix of excitement and respect. He spotted his target, a large barramundi lurking near a cluster of staghorn coral. Taking a deep breath, Phillip dove, his body slicing through the water with practiced ease. He lined up his shot, his finger tightening on the trigger. But just as he was about to fire, a shadow fell over the reef. I was down under a cave trying to look for a barra. When I popped my head back up, there was the bull shark coming straight in for me, Brown said. A vast, dark shape materialized from the blue depths, moving with an eerie grace that belied its size. Time seemed to slow down, the vibrant reef scene fading to a muted backdrop as Phillip's gaze locked onto the approaching silhouette. A shiver, primal and instinctive, ran down Phillip's spine. He knew that shape, that silent, effortless glide. A bull shark. Its massive bulk, easily twice the length of a man, dwarfed Phillip in an instant. It moved with a confidence born of being at the top of the food chain, its cold black eyes reflecting no emotion, only an ancient hunger. Fear, sharp and cold, tightened its grip on Phillip's chest. He knew the reputation of bull sharks, their unpredictable nature and aggressive tendencies. This wasn't the time for bravado, for testing his luck against a predator that outweighed him by hundreds of pounds. Instinct took over. Phillip abandoned his hunt, his focus narrowing to a single, desperate goal: survival. I knew what was going to happen, he said. I knew it's a bull shark. He's going to have a go at me. He needed to get out of the water, and fast. I was still a long way from the rock, so I tried to swim a bit faster. But the shark was already circling, its movements taking on a calculated predatory rhythm. The water, once a source of comfort and exhilaration, now felt heavy, oppressive, a prison of his own making. Phillip's heart pounded against his ribs, every beat echoing in his ears, drowning out the familiar gurgle of his breathing regulator. He needed to think, to act, to escape the tightening noose of the predator's dance. The water exploded in a maelstrom of bubbles and fury. Just as I grabbed the rock, he came up from behind and grabbed my leg, he said. I thought that was my last day because I'm nothing much and he was a big shark. Phillip felt his leg twist and pop out of the socket as he made a beeline for a nearby rock, while attempting to deter the 3-meter shark. He called out to his friend and nephew, "He's got me," before ordering them to leave the water as quickly as they could. Perplexed and confused, the two swam frantically back to the boat as they were directed. Once on the boat, they looked in horror as the shark fins circled Philip. For what seemed like an eternity, they looked on as the dramatic scene unfolded. Instinctively, Philip thrust his spear gun forward, the metal shaft a meagre defence against the onslaught. I grabbed my little spear gun, spun around and stabbed him in the top of the head with the gun, and he took off. The bull shark attacked with a speed that defied its size, its massive jaws snapping shut just inches from Philip's face. The shockwave from the impact rattled his bones, the sheer power of the creature sending a jolt of adrenaline through his system. The shark had me on the leg, so I grabbed my spear gun, spun around with it and stabbed him on top of the head, the 24-year-old recalled. Teeth, like serrated knives, bit into his leg, tearing through his wetsuit and biting deep into flesh. A searing pain shot through his body, but there was no time to acknowledge it, to succumb to the panic rising in his throat. He had to fight, had to break free from this watery nightmare. The ocean, once a source of peace and wonder, had transformed into a battleground, a gladiatorial arena where only one of them would walk away. The shark thrashed, its powerful body a battering ram in the confined space of the reef. Philip, his back against the coral, kicked out desperately, trying to put some distance between himself and those snapping jaws. The water around them turned cloudy with blood, the metallic tang filling his mouth, a grim reminder of the stakes of this encounter. The bull shark continued to linger in the shallows, enticed by the blood in the water as the spearfisher scrambled to safety. The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple. Brown managed to haul himself onto a partially submerged rock, but the shark had not given up. "He kept circling and kept coming back because I was losing a lot of blood," he said. "He came back 2 or 3 times trying to have a go, but I was right up in the shallow with my foot out of the water." Philip said he called out to friend and nephew on his boat nearby and, once on board, created a makeshift bandage with his nephew's shirt and a tourniquet with the anchor rope. Every heartbeat was a reminder of how close he had come to the jaws of death. Despite potential damage to his boat, he encouraged his friend and nephew to ignore the low tide and drive straight onto the bank. Why, might you ask? "Because it was my boat, I just said to my mate, just keep going, brother. Drive it through the mud. Just get me to the bank," Philip said. They carried the father of one to his truck and raced him to the local health centre. "We got just close enough for them to carry me up and chuck me in the back of the truck and take me up to hospital." He was later airlifted to Cairns Hospital, where he was treated for a dislocated knee and a large gash that covered most of his calf. The bull shark had twisted the bottom half of the spearfisher's leg 180 degrees. I was alive, but it didn't feel real. His leg, wrapped hastily in a makeshift bandage, throbbed with pain, but it was a pain that confirmed his survival. Pause 2S. The ocean, now a dark, endless expanse, seemed to whisper secrets of ancient battles and timeless survival. Philip's eyes, once filled with the thrill of the dive, now held a depth of understanding, a respect for the predator that had nearly taken his life. Reflecting on the traumatic attack, he said he feels lucky to be alive and grateful his friend and nephew were there to help. "I thought it was my last day," he told Tropic Now. "I thought I was going to lose my leg or lose my life." Pause 2S. The traumatic experience has not deterred him from going spearfishing again. "I go a lot of places diving. Bat Reef, Tongue Reef, all the outer reefs," Brown said. "And then I get torn up at home, right in my own front yard. It was just the wrong place at the wrong time, I guess." Pause 2S. "I'll be going back diving, but I won't be diving back at home. I'll just go back out to the reefs in the clear water." Philip's story is not just one of survival, but a testament to the unyielding spirit that faces the unknown, learns from it, and continues to explore, not out of fear, but out of respect and awe. Queensland, the scene of this horrific encounter, is one of 5 states in Australia, located in the northeast corner of the continent. Offshore, the Great Barrier Reef stretches along its coastline, hosting thousands of fish and marine species. According to the Australian Shark Incident Database, complied by the Taronga Conservation Society Australia, shark bites are rare off the coast of Queensland. In the last decade, there have been only 29 other unprovoked shark interactions reported there since 2012. which averages out to 2.9 incidents per year. Just 3 of those incidents resulted in human fatalities. Thank you for watching Savage Tales Animal Encounters. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and ring the notifications bell for more incredible stories. Until our next adventure, stay safe.